Hello, welcome back to this channel. If you've been here before, hello. If you haven't, welcome. My name is Gemma Wallace and I do videos to hopefully help fellow actors or creatives that are starting in the industry and just saying things that I wish that I knew when I started out or that people have asked me recently. But yeah, welcome to this video, back in a new setup. Still finding my feet with it, but it's all good. We're going to get straight back into the videos. So I wanted to go through business cards. Now, as you can probably imagine, this used to be very essential for anyone, whether you're a creative, business person. Most people had business cards. And I will admit, when I first started doing business cards, it was already a bit of a dying thing. But I do personally think it is quite essential or can be really helpful in situations where you can't pull out your phone or you're very rushed and you have 2 seconds to hand over information. It can be a really good thing to have just in case. When I was in university, no one was really doing business cards, and as I said, it was a bit of an older thing, but I thought I still wanted them. Yeah, so in my second year I thought I'm going to get myself just a handful of business cards just in case, because you never know. I was just really eager to start getting out there, as much as everyone would say, it's all about networking, you need to start networking. I was like, well, this is a good way to look professional, so I'm going to get business cards. So I decided to make them. So first of all, my first ever business card is this one. When I look at this business card, you can see a lot of faults with it. So for example, just at the top of the business card, you can see the cutoff. Now, I did actually have, to be fair actually, I'm going to state this now. Christian helped me with pretty much all of my designs. I had an idea what I wanted and he would help execute it on Photoshop because I was not good at Photoshop. Well, I'm not really that good at anything right now. I'm okay. But yeah, he would see me struggle with trying to design stuff or find things on websites and stuff. So he would just crack it out in 5 minutes and do it. But he made the design of the GW on the back of it, and then I would get it printed, you know, through a retail. Now, it's one of those things, it may have just been the format of the card, it just obviously didn't work, but I was like, yeah, how could you get 2 tones of different black background? It will blend, it's fine to have a little bit of a border, it won't look bad. Yeah, it didn't. You can actually see the top kind of border and slightly at the bottom, it just doesn't fit correctly. It's just, as I said, it's not the right format and it does look a bit shit, I'm not gonna lie. And the quality of the cards aren't that great in my opinion, but you know, I was a student, I wanted something that was cheap and easy, so I went for the cheapest option. It may have looked okay if the design actually fitted it, but compared to my other ones, this is probably the least best quality out of all of them, and you can tell that it's just being sliced by card because you can kind of see the cutting line on the sides of the business card as well, which again isn't ideal, and when you compare it to other ones isn't the best, but as a first business card I don't think it's that bad, to be fair. On the back of it, well, not on the back of it, on the front of it, I wanted to make sure that I had a headshot. This is pretty much recommended through most people, whether you're an actor, a model, things like that. Things that your image is your selling point. I think it's always good to have a headshot or a profile shot on your business card, because when someone looks at it, they can literally tell that it's you and who it is. In this phase, I thought black and white would be a good thing. Again, when I started out, it was still very common to have black and white shots. You may remember with like the theatre kind of days, everything was black and white. But I would say fast forward nowadays in the current industry, I would say generally across the board, most of the time they use colour, so they can literally see your skin tone, your eye colour, your hair colour, just you more as you would in a physical form. Colour's probably a better way to go, but at this time I done black and white because it was the most norm really, and it was fine for the time. Next you have the information on the side of it. I always like that it's quite cut off. I think it's not too bad, it's quite simple. The only thing that I don't like is the website bit, purely because it's not my own web domain. Now again, I didn't want to pay for it yet because I didn't know if I needed it, / didn't know how to. So I just used a free website on Wix. I recommend it to everyone who's first starting out or not sure if they need a website or not, because there's no point jumping into payments that you don't essentially need at an early stage. So for me, this was ideal and it's okay. But if you think of it from like a business perspective and they're typing this in, it's a little bit long and it's not as simple. Whereas if it's literally your name, they can read your name. It's a lot easier. So it's trying to simplify things for employers to get your details, to get in contact with you. You want to make it easiest and simple for them to reach you. But other than that, you know, I just put my email, my phone number, and that I was an equity member. At this stage, I was an equity member under student because I was at university and it was cheap. So that's why I put it on there. Up to you whether you want to put it on there. These days, probably don't need it, to be fair. But, you know, I wanted to fill out more information at this point, so I put it in there. But yeah, overall, I think this business card is okay for a first business card, in my opinion. And it done the job. So yeah, that's my first ever business card to date. Next one we're going to criticise is my second business card. Ta-da! Now with this one, I wanted to make sure that all the errors with my first business cards was adjusted for this one. So I kept the same design on the front of it. I really liked the contrast of the GW and the black and white. I thought it was quite bold, it's original, it's different, and yeah, I just really like it. So I wanted to keep it. But this time we needed to make sure that the resolution and the quality and the format, the sizing of the photo is correct to then upload it to getting my cards done. You know what I mean. I needed to make sure that it was right and we didn't have the same problem of having the borders and things like that, because it's not a good look. I think I probably got this business card around my third year or maybe just graduating, I would say. I wanted to up it again, and plus I wanted to update new headshots, which I'll get onto in a minute. But yeah, same kind of format. This time though, I decided to go for a gloss finish. Now the first one was a matte one. Again, it's all preference, whatever you prefer. It doesn't really matter, but this time I wanted to try a gloss finish to see if it'll make it a bit more slick and the quality of the card a bit better. Now for the main front side where you see the photo and headshots. Again, I pretty much kept the same format of the headshot to the left of the card with just the current headshot, and this time, as you can see, is colour. I wanted to make sure it was a colour one. And then to the right is all the information. Now with the headshot, it's up to your personal preference what headshot you put, to be honest. It's whichever one you like. In my opinion, I think it's better to put a photo that most represents you in general. To be honest, pick whichever headshot you like. Treat it like your main profile picture. You know, if you have your spotlight or your IMDb or just your social medias in general. Whichever headshot you preferably choose for that as your current one and you like the most and think it's the best one to reflect you and bring in your castings, put that one, basically. I think it's always the best way to go. But yeah, I chose to have one headshot just to the left and I quite like it. I think it's an okay one. It's just a kind of general headshot. It's not the best that I've had, but at the time it was really nice. And it's a good reflection of me and what I looked like back then. To the right, exactly the same information as before. So not a lot had changed. I still had the free website, so I kept that on there, and keeping my mobile number, email. Now with information, I'll just put in here. Put whatever you feel comfortable. Now, possibly nowadays, I wouldn't put my phone number, just because I don't personally like to be contacted via phone, by being phoned or text, unless I'm aware of it before. Yeah, I just personally don't like it. I'm not a big fan of speaking to people for the first time on the phone. It makes me really stressed and I don't think I have the best reflection of who I am. So nowadays I probably wouldn't put my phone number, and just to keep things a bit more private and more professional, just with my email or other information, I preferred that. But at the time I was comfortable with having phone numbers, and to be honest, at the time no one was phoning me, so it didn't matter. So yeah, it's up to you what you put on there. And I would say with email addresses, round this time, also whilst I was at university doing this, I made a new email account because I could not be putting my teenage version, the cringy email address, on a business card. It just, again, I just didn't think it would look professional, and it's so awkward when you have to read it out to people, especially, you know, when you're in shops or something, or over the phone, they're like, what's your email address? And you have to go, oh, is this? I don't like it, so I made sure that I have more of a professional one this time to come across more professional and a business person. So that's a little note when it comes to personal information. Maybe update your email address to something more just generic and just having your name if you can. I don't think I could just have my name, so I had to obviously put a bit of numbers on the end of it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And you can probably tell with my business cards, I like this specific font. I thought it was really funky. I think it kind of has like a, oh, sorry if it's getting a bit brighter, the sun's beaming a little bit. I think I like it because it has a little bit of like a sci-fi edge to it. I like sci-fi and fantasy kind of things. So I just thought it was original and unique. And it matches the font on the front or on the back. I'm saying back. It matches the font on the back of it. So yeah, I like the look of it. It looks quite cool. I would say with fonts, just choose something that's readable. If you kind of do something that's very elaborate or links or just a bit complex from afar or even up close, it might be hard for them to read and they might get something wrong, your information, or can't get in contact with you because they can't fully read it. Minor detail, but again, you want it to look as simple but classic as you can. Classical. I can't think of the right words I want. But yeah, that was my second ever business card. Now to my final one. This is my current business card, mainly because I haven't got any up-to-date recent ones because at this current stage, I don't personally need them. So I haven't got an updated business card. I'm being honest here, I haven't got a recent one because I still have loads of these, and just like all the rest of them, I've got quite a few stacked up in storage. But I just realised these ones are actually kind of out of date because I have updated my user bits, but I'll say that in a minute. But I really like this business card. Completely changed it, and obviously again, help with Christian, we wanted to kind of up it and just change it, you know. As you grow older, you like different things, and I got bored of that same font. So I wanted to change it. This one, again, keeping the headshot, one headshot on main side of it. I wanted it as big as possible as I could. Then I wanted my name at the bottom, and I really like having the underline in the middle of it. And what's quite nice, a little personal touch, if you look really close, in between my names, you can see actor and voiceover artist. Because yeah, I finally, well, not finally decided, but more so these days, I like to specify that I'm actor and voiceover. Because yeah, that's what I do, that's what I specify in. So I thought I'd put it on there. I think it looks really smart, and it's all in the right format and symmetrical, that's the word. Yeah, obviously help with Christian, but I think it looks good. I really like this one. And I really did love this headshot. This was one of my favourite headshots for a long time, and I feel like most people liked. I have had some feedback saying it's not the best reflection on me as a person, especially when you meet me. It doesn't ooze my energy and my personality, but I take on any feedback. You know, not everyone likes your headshots. But I really like this one. If you check out my headshot video, I go into a bit more detail of what I would change with my headshots and wouldn't. So go check that out. It's in the description, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I wouldn't choose this one anymore purely because I do have makeup on. I would like to try and simplify it and make it just the base level of who I am pretty much every day. But that's just a little personal preference of mine now. But I really like this one. I think it looks good. Now, on the main side of the information, this is the bit that's completely transformed. It's upgraded. Again, thank you, Christian. We got the same thing, but different colour. So instead of the white writing on the front with the headshot to make sure it stood out from the headshot, because obviously darker tones in the picture, so I wanted to make sure it was white writing. But on the back, I wanted a white background, so I had black font writing. Keeping it simple again, same logo, design, details. As you can see in this one, I only put on my personal information is my email and my website. I've upgraded my website. Woo! So at this point, I paid for a domain and got my own website with my name in it. As I said before, making it simple, making it easy for them to get in contact with me. Looks very simple, slick, and it's not a long web name domain thing on my card. Yeah, that's all I wanted to put in the middle. Now on the top and the bottom edges is my social media. Because as you know, these days the whole kind of world revolves around social media in a lot of ways, especially as a creative, or what I have found. So I thought it would make sense to put my main forms of social media or credits and details of me as an actor, as a performer, on the card. So the main ones I use is Instagram. That's the main one I like to do. Next one, Spotlight. Spotlight is a great one to have on there if you have a spotlight. That is pretty much the bread and butter for any performer in the industry, is having a spotlight. Bottom left, I put my Twitter, because that's the second most one I probably use, and then my Facebook. And for my Facebook, I decided to create a professional page, or just a page for my stuff to keep it separate from my personal one. Again, ensuring that all my stuff is professional and about my profession. I have changed the handles for as much of my social media as possible. Again, to try and make sure that it's all the same, so it's easy for people to find me on all of them. I changed them all to Gemma Wallace Acting. Now, the reason that I chose acting, I don't know if you know, but it's for people to be able to find you a lot easier on social media, basically. And also because it's a key, I can't think of the right word. Because it's like a catching word, it's very popular, so you'll be able to be found a lot easier through the... What is the word? Yeah, it just means that hopefully your page might be found a lot quicker because people will be searching things that are like the hashtag acting, so I might pop up. I hope that kind of makes sense. And also it correlates with obviously my job and my profession. Yeah, so that's why I chose that, and that's why that one's now out of date, because each one of my social medias at the time were different, because I created them at different times / didn't think of that sort of thing and that it would matter, and all of them were different. The only one I couldn't change was Twitter, because it was my now current one's too long for Twitter, so I just kind of left it. And I don't really tweet that much, I just kind of post whatever I do from my Instagram onto there, so I'm not much of a tweet. But yeah, I really wanted all my social medias on there because that is where I showcase what I'm doing, what I'm training in, what I've been a part of. I thought it was necessary to put these handles onto my business card, and that is my current one. So, my top tips for if you are creating a business card for yourself. Now, it kind of relates to what I just said. If you put your social media handles, make sure it's one that you're not going to change for a while. Because again, you're paying for a business card, you want them to last you a while for any networking events, or if you just meet someone in the streets and you need to give it to them. Probably not in the streets, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you don't want to change them shortly after, because then you've paid that money for nothing and they go to waste. Second tip, when it comes to headshots, put one that you like, that reflects who you are, what your current look is, hopefully like your current hairstyle, put it on there. Now, if you would like to put 1 or 2 headshots on it, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want it to solely be headshots and then your information on the other side, it can be a really good thing, especially for like models, or if you're a certain type of performer. Maybe, for example, you just want a business card purely for mocap. You might put your headshot and then you in a mocap suit, maybe doing a creature pose or something like that. If you want it a bit more specified to a specific skill, nothing wrong with putting a couple photos of there, like a full body shot, for example, whatever it is, or just to show different styles. Yeah, if there's a specific style genre, put it on there. It's really good. Generically, for acting, just having a main headshot is a really good one to have. So then when they have your business card and they're going, who's Gemma Wallace? They go, oh, I remember her. Yeah, she was cool. Let's put her in this next project. I know I fluffed on my words there, but you know what I mean. Third tip, when it's your first time round buying business cards, unless you know for a fact you're going to be handing them out left, right and centre at some event, don't go buying the big bundles of business cards, because you might end up wasting your money. As I said, a lot of them will only come in at least 50 cards. That's a good place to start. Then if you actually manage to get through them all, then buy more. I don't think there's any point buying like 250 when you know you're not going to have many opportunities to give them out. And yeah, waste of money, waste of space. You don't want that. And my final tip, just keep it simple, clean, clear, and just you. Do whatever you want. You know, your business card is to reflect you as a person as well. If you want to put a little bit of your spice onto it, you do that. If you have a specific skill, and I should have said this in the other one, but if you're a voiceover artist or a photographer, maybe have it styled in what you do. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of examples online, things like that, but it's very easy to overcomplicate it and just put too much on it. Keep it simple and clean, and yeah, and you'll like it, and it will last you a lot longer because you will like the style. Of course, you don't need a business card. I will say that again, you don't need it. Especially these days, and in my personal experience when I've gone to a lot of networking events or socials and, you know, things like that. Most people just whip out their phone and go, oh, can you follow me on this social media platform because that's the one that I use most, or this or that. A lot of people use that, especially fellow creatives. But I feel like this could be the perfect thing in a moment where you might be meeting a director quickly, where, I don't know, you went for a panel talk and after you get a quick chance to say hello, introduce yourself, but because obviously there's 110 other people who want to say hello, instead of going, oh, here's my details, or trying to get their number or their email, because most likely they won't want to give that out to you. There's nothing wrong if you feel comfortable. They're going, do you mind if I give you my business cards and possibly consider me for future opportunities or projects? I would really appreciate it. Or say something like, I just would love to stay connected with you and build a network. You know, something on the lines of that. Give them your card. If they're happy with it, they will take it. If they don't take cards, which some people don't, that's fine. At least you tried. There's no harm in it. It's not essential. It's just something that I wanted to do extra to kind of, I don't know, stand out. Well, actually, it did help me stand out once in some networking events, because they were like, you're the only person who gave me one of these and I'll take it. So that could happen for you. But yeah, if you can't afford it, or you just don't see it being necessary, you don't have to. It's just up to you. But I just wanted to share my experience and why I got business cards and the ones I've had and what I've changed over the years, and just little tips and tricks that have helped me and been advised to me. But yeah, you're your own business. You do what you like to do. And my other spare ones are on my desk as we speak, because I don't know where else to put them. So yeah. And I also have like a little wallet that's clear, and I just flip it up and they come out. Yeah, I'm just a bit extra with that. I guess I go a bit OTT with things, but, you know, there's no harm trying. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and just give you a bit of insight into business cards, what you might be able to find them on. Oh, with buying them online through different companies, I'll say just find that one's kind of affordable for you. A lot of the time I just go to printing online shops. You have like Boots, Vista Prints, you have like, there's so many right now, to be honest. Just have a look at one of them, see what prices they offer and quote. And most of the time they will probably have a format for business cards, and you can pick what resolution and printing quality, what type of paper you put on. There's really good ones now that are recycling. Actually, the last one I just got, that last headshot, I made sure is more of a recycling card, and it's a lot more sturdy and better quality. So yeah, you can choose these little things with your own preference and what you like and don't like, and yeah, just make it more unique to you. But just go with any of them, to be honest. I think they're all pretty much the same sort of thing. All the best of luck. If you do get business cards or anything that you've learned or helped you over the years, or you just don't think they're necessary, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. It's always good to hear. But yeah, I just thought because I have business cards, might as well go through them and share with you what I would probably change or wish I'd change with previous ones and so forth. Anyway, I'm rambling like always. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. If there's anything that you would like to see in the future, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, like, subscribe, helps my channel, and take care. Have a good day, night, wherever you are, and see you soon. Bye. Born with horns. I am wearing this hat to cover up my hair, but I'm getting a haircut today, so it's all good. Dropping my phone. Yee. Let's turn it off.